Elden Dogs is a proud member of the Hair of the Dogcast Network. To get bonus episodes of this show, as well as access to many other amazing perks, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast.
And make sure to check out our new podcast, Zombie Dogs, which covers the Resident Evil franchise. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, Tarnished. Welcome to another fabulous episode of Elden Dogs. This is, of course, Ansbach, Lord Sir King Ansbach, the cool, the learned, I must admit, Mikola, you're looking pretty fine, but your charms ain't working on me, buddy. Yes, Ansbach here, and excited to study some of this bestiary in Shadow of the Erdtree.
My name's Lady Freya, and I was handed a long novel as I walked into the round table hold tonight to get to talking about bestiaries and armaments.
Ansbach likes his notes.
This is just more than notes. I'm not kidding. It's on our Patreon. I think you uploaded the Word doc.
I uploaded the armaments. I'm going to someday organize all of this into one leather-bound novel, 10-piece novel. It's like no one has them anymore because everyone's got Wikipedia. Remember the fucking encyclopedia sets you used to have? That's what this will be someday.
This is no shit, like 80 pages front and back.
Yeah, I kind of hated myself, and I was like, I'm too far in. I'm already halfway through the forest. I have to run out now.
Lost in the sauce.
Yes, and if you listen to our first 7 or 8 bestiary episodes, you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Essentially, we're going to talk about a little bit of the lore, some of the mechanics, and Tyler will say, so is that a metal band? And we'll find out. So this is all enemies from Shadow of the Erdtree. He's already pulling his phone out for the first enemy here.
I gotta get ready.
The first enemy group of enemies we're going to do is Shadow Undead. Definitely a band name. The Shadow Undead are the most widespread and common enemies in the Shadow Realm. These are the tower folk purged by Mesmer at the behest of Queen Marika. These lost souls are cursed to roam eternally, retaining only a fragment of their former selves. Most of these are going to be Horn-sent folks, if not all of them. Yeah, these are the tower folk. So these are the commoners of the area. They're all shadowy and black because they are dying undead. And you need your Goombas, you know? You need your little stompy boys where you can just walk up, and if you're dying to them, you probably fucked up.
Yeah, you definitely should not be at any level in the game.
Some of them are a little trickier, but yeah, the first place you're going to go straight forward when you enter the Land of Shadow, you're going to find a bunch of these clowns. Some of the different variants, there's a lot of them. There's the unarmed variant, no weapon, so they actually use rapid hand slaps and swipes, which I do just imagine someone coming up and slapping you 10 times. I'd rather get hit with a club. Like, that's really annoying.
At least then I can keep my dignity.
Yeah.
If I get bitch slapped by an undead.
Dude, when they you come around a corner and a fucking Shadow Undead just slaps the shit out of your face, you don't die.
It pisses you off.
Inside you do a little bit. There's the blade variant. Shadows in Ballarat and Eniralim will wield ornate curved swords, while the shadows in the wilderness will often use crude stones fashioned into makeshift knives. Their slower attacks make them a simpler enemy to dispatch than the regular variant. That's right. The blade-wielding ones are easier to kill than the slappers.
Yeah, the slappers are they're gonna piss you off. And they like to hide around corners and stuff and scare the bejesus out of you from time to time.
What did the undead unarmed variant say to the face? Slap.
Slap.
There's the stone thrower. These shadows tout baskets filled with rocks, otherwise identical to the unarmed variant. The Grave Warden are long-range snipers who will bombard you with homing wraiths, almost entirely defenseless up close, and mostly just annoying. They're not going to hurt you too much, but they're going to just really annoy the shit out of you. There is multiple priests. There's the Wind Priest, which is a spiral-based mage, often found on elevated ramparts that rain spiral magic at your form. at you from a distance. The pillar priests, rather than conventional projectiles, they conjure a pillar of spiral energy beneath your feet in a relatively quick succession. They can also buff the damage of nearby allies, so if you see this priest, kill it quick. The fire priest, exclusive to the ancient ruins of Rao, they lob pink, fiery projectiles that bounce along the ground unpredictably. These are, I think, win the award for the most annoying Shadow Undead.
Yeah, I could give it to them.
You're going up the stairs, and they throw it, and they bounce completely unpredictably. So you can't just zigzag your way out of it necessarily.
Yeah, even Rickon is going to have a tough time with this.
Rickon would be the only one to get through because he just runs straight.
He's not serpentine, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called when a crocodile's chasing you?
A serpentine is like it looks like a serpent.
Yeah, but that's like the movement. And I think in the military they call it serpentine when you zigzag.
Sure.
Because a snake does that.
I hadn't heard it used that way, but you're probably right.
I believe I'm right.
I'm giving you right.
Okay.
The pot Shadow Undead, they can perform a single range attack by throwing the incendiary urns they carry, which all cause a large fire damage explosion.
And when I get hit with a pot, it makes me especially angry because I'm the pothead. I'm the pot guy.
You don't get the pot. You don't get hit by pots.
I hit people with pots. You don't use that's like stealing somebody's special finisher in WWE.
Yeah.
Like you don't do that. You don't do that.
That's like
It's like when Shawn Michaels made Bret the Hitman Hart not tap out during the Montreal screw job by putting him in the sharpshooter. That's Hart's move. That's not Shawn Michaels' move.
I like Shawn Michaels, but I've heard he's not the greatest guy.
I think they're all assholes. I'm starting
That is
to
not
learn.
true. Undertaker,
No, he's a good guy.
Stone Cold,
He's an okay guy.
he's an okay guy. But if you see Shadow Undead running and fleeing from you, it's very likely a trap where there is a pot one around the corner. So just be careful. There is a healer Shadow Undead. That's right, there's more variants. A mage type that uses ranged offensive techniques with support abilities. They will grant nearby enemies a health regeneration buff when it is not bombarding you with carnivorous insects. Dickhead.
Dickhead.
Incantation one. Found primarily in the Shadow Keep, they attack by launching small fireballs from the books they carry. Will also occasionally cast healing spells. I appreciate that. They can read. They're
so good on them.
They're holding books, and they can read so well that the books shoot a fireball.
Yeah, but then you get those fire priests, whatever they're called, that are also in there. And when you're focusing on that bad boy, and then this guy...
You're talking about like the Fire Knights?
Yeah, the Fire Knights.
Yeah.
And then one of these guys is behind you and you don't realize it. And then you get hit with a fireball from somebody reading a comic book. They get mad.
If I had to be cursed to roam eternally for the rest of existence, I wouldn't mind a library.
At least you got something to do.
I think that their brains are putting banana mush though.
Yeah, they're probably not retaining much
Maybe I'd rather
information.
be outside. Like if I was a zombie, I'd rather like have the warmth of the sun on my skin.
I just want to be with all those old undead women that are just dancing and chanting in the oldest plateau. Like just stick me somewhere over there. Yeah, at least I could dance then.
No, you can't. There's no men there.
I'd dress up. I'd take a page out of Godric's book.
I guess they do let me as a male tarnish just walk through the village, and they're so lost in the sauce they don't even see me. There's the Howler. These are undead afflicted with the Flame of Frenzy, and they use attacks that cause madness. Their most potent attack is a sustained scream, which causes a continuous AoE, dealing damage and causing madness. Go fuck yourself. Surging Frenzied Flame variant. We're almost done. Another variant afflicted with the Flame of Frenzy. They attack from afar by throwing clumps of surging frenzied flame. So it just keeps shooting frenzied flame out of it. Hate them. There's one in Major's Manson. I hate him. And finally, our last Shadow Undead, the Sparkling Pot, which is what I used to want to find when I was in college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's usually behind a Chili's.
It's
You get into a Honda Civic and
someone who brought the product to South Dakota from somewhere larger than South Dakota said it's called Jamaican lamb's wool, and you believed him.
yeah, I always used to say we should label these, man.
Yep.
Like let's get an actual like encyclopedia going because I had this thing called headband once and it felt like I was wearing a headband. And then I got headband again in college and I was like, this is ditchweed.
This is called the Sparkling Pot. That is fucking swag, dude.
Yeah, that's not good.
Do they call it swag in Wisconsin?
Yeah, they called it Yeah, swag. And then once Pineapple Express came out, we called it Snickle Fritz.
No, Snickle Fritz is still a quality product.
I know, but we thought
That
it was
is just
funny.
the lower of the quality product.
If you're sketchy, you get Snickle Fritz.
I used to be fine with that. The sparkling pots hold unique and valuable treasure, including shadow tree fragments and revered spirit ashes. Kill them some bitches.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that right away.
It'd be nice to have known.
Yeah. It's almost like this game doesn't tell you anything, and you just got to learn because it's an ultimate exploration experience.
Oh, sorry you had to learn something, Tyler.
Oh, man. I'm not smart enough
Poor
for this.
Freya just wants to fight all the time, doesn't want to read a book.
No, I can't even read, which is going to make this 80-page outline real fun.
Mikola tried to kiss me one time, and I was like, no way.
Hey, I did give Mikola a piggyback ride once.
Cute.
Obvious, a lot lighter than they look. It's almost like they're a spirit.
I imagine they weigh negative pounds.
They actually make you lighter.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Shadow Undead Manservant variants.
You rang.
You can summon them just by clapping. Buford? Buford, bring me my tea.
I wish they were more like a Lurch from the Addams Family.
Or Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
I can see that. First up, you got, so the Shadow Undead Manservant, burly melee warriors located in ancient settlements. They appear translucent and are often leaning against walls or crouched on the ground in the fetal position. They're not doing great. When you come across them, they're usually in probably the worst moment of their undead life consistently.
They're very big, though.
Yeah, they are. They're burly.
They're often like sitting down, and it's one of those moments in a comedy film where someone's like, hey, fuck you, buddy. And then the guy stands up and goes, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can sit. I'll sit down.
That happened to me. This in Ballarat. There's a couple of them back to back, and I walked through this one corner. And I just like thought it was a little man, like a little Shadow Undead. So I just like flicked a spell at him, and he got up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see you next time, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, I bit off more than I can chew.
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, especially if you get a few of them in a group. Once they stand up, you'll recognize they're not the regular Shadow Undead.
They're a little bigger.
The manservants are eating good.
They're a little bigger.
They're corn fed.
I don't think you eat anymore as the undead. They ate good beforehand. Well,
If they're from somewhere, they're all from Nebraska.
they're corn fed. Dude.
They're corn fed manservant Shadow Undead.
They would make a great linebacker.
Yeah, if one gets his hands on you,
Is that the position you'd put them at?
I'd probably that maybe nose tackle.
Okay.
Or like a defensive end that also plays outside linebacker.
Okay. Because they're fast.
If they get their hands on you, they're just like, Coach would have put me in fourth quarter. We've been state champs for sure.
They would have been center for sure in basketball.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They also they do a good service by adopting all the stray dogs in the Shadow realm.
A lot of pups.
Because you get shadow dogs, puppies whose souls are cursed to roam eternally. That sentence makes me sad, but at least they found a home.
They're just puppies.
Yeah,
They want to kill you. Thank God we don't actually see shadow puppies, and they're all shadow dogs. Like, if there was a shadow puppy that was angry at me, I'm like, I don't know what to do here.
I just get on torrent right away.
Yeah.
Then you got the Shadow Militiamen. The Shadow counterparts of the vulgar Militiamen in the base game. The small were scorned, so they formed the militia as a means to make a living. When you got all this time on your hands, join a club.
Join a club.
Join a club. Get into a community.
They're just militiamen that got shadowed.
Yeah. And they're like, we're just going to group up.
Yeah.
Then you have the Giant Electric Sheep, which has got to be a band name.
This wouldn't be a metal band, but this would be a sick prog rock band.
Oh, my God.
Or
yes.
a jam band, a less good jam band, but hopefully a prog rock band. Yeah. The Giant Electric Sheep, the first time I ran into them, I was just tickled.
Yeah, because they seem cute until you aggro them.
Yep.
And then you're like, wow, that's bad. This is bad day, bad time.
They're giant, they roll around a lot, and they're often around bodies of water, so they're going to be shooting little lightning bolts down.
Yep. They do the little somersault thing, but they shoot lightning, which is fun. One of the most fun ways to die.
Yeah.
Just every time I got killed by one, because it did happen, it was just the song Dumb Ways to Die was just playing in my head.
It was just Giant Electric Sheep.
It was just Giant Electric Sheep, which is not a band name. Unfortunate. So if you're looking to make a prog rock band and go on tour with Devo, you got your name. Congratulations.
Up next, we got the Grave Bird.
Not a band name. I thought for sure it would be.
And we do have a beer to drink when you're done with that one. You don't have to pound it, though, Tyler. Oh, my God. The Grave Birds are golems created. I either go golem or golem, depending on the day.
I think I go golem most of the time.
Or Smeagol.
Yeah, because that's the only time I ever refer to them as golem.
Yeah, golems. The Greybirds are golems created to guard the spirit graves in the realm of shadow. According to legend, they were crafted to be kindred to the Deathbirds. So the Deathbirds existed before, but they're like, we need to make pets, friends for them. So they made the Greybirds. I'm guessing it's the same people that made all of the golems running around. In the time before the Erd Tree, death was burned in ghost flame, and the Deathbirds were the keepers of that flame. Gravebirds are located perched upon spirit graves, some of the first enemies you see in the land of shadow. They'll be up high and they'll swoop down, and they're going to annoy the shit out of you.
Not incredibly hard to deal with, in my experience.
If you know they're coming.
Yeah, if they sneak up on you, and they're normally paired with another enemy that we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
That I dislike a lot.
Okay.
And I forget the name of it.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
It's the Spinny Boys.
Oh, the Cursed Blades.
Yeah, the Cursed Blades. I don't like those guys. Those guys give me a hard time every time.
There should not be a Cursed Blade ever in the land of shadow, but let alone right when you enter.
No, then we're thinking of the wrong one. They got like the discus.
Yeah, there's one right when you enter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when you're jumping down the mountain trying to get, you end up in the Abyssal Woods. Like when you take that route, there's like a bunch of them at one point. Well, when they come up, I'll point it out.
This is a beer sent to us from our lovely friend Rykard Christianick. This is from Carback Brewing in Houston, Texas. This is Dunkels and Dragons.
Love it.
Yeah, this one I knew you'd like. This is a dark German-style lager, 5.5%. It is part of the Fun series, which we appreciate that. Got a dragon on there. It looks like it might be a ghost flame dragon, a little undead. Yeah.
I have a really good appreciation for naming beers now because I've tried to name a few at Ope, and it just hasn't come to fruition. But I did get my first thing on the menu now.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty stoked.
Well, say it, Tyler. Do you want me to fucking pry it out of you?
Yes, I do. It's called a Midwestern Goodbye.
Okay.
And it is a shot of Tully and a lager. It's like a prefix.
Really, a Midwestern Goodbye is awkwardly standing for 20 minutes in someone's living room.
Well, that's why, because every time you slap your knee, you're like, well, I better get going. Your friend goes, you want a beer and a shot? And then you're there for another 20 minutes saying like, hey, tell your neighbors I said hi.
I already made the sequel right now, like the New York Goodbye. Just do a different goodbye, but it's just like something more aggressively boozy.
Yeah.
Yes, this beer is nice. It is a dark lager. Great mouthfeel.
Super light.
Super drinkable. Very delicious beer. I do love simple dark lagers. Always good.
Rykard Christianick does not miss.
Does not miss. He says, let us drink together. Yes, the regular Greybird lacks ranged abilities and status ailments. They attack with stomps and pecks. There are surprisingly a decent number of variants, though. There is the Rancor beak, mostly in Ballarat Tower. They are discernible by the Rancor enshrouding their beaks. Same attacks as before. With 2 additions, they can generate a swarm of explosive spectral orbs, which travel quickly. The aerial attack begins by emitting a pale light before spreading their wings and rising high in the air. They will launch a multitude of ghostly projectiles that leave lingering damage zones.
And it's just so funny because they always go for my mimic tier.
That's awesome.
They're never looking for me.
Yeah, just a good decoy.
Yeah. And he can tank it.
Yeah.
He's a plus 10.
I do like a good mimic tier like Lutel, anything that can like teleport closer. Yeah.
Any of these grave birds, if you're using the Blasphemous Blade, which is what I used for the majority
of your life,
of my life, Taker's Flame just melts them, and with its radius, it really does some damage, especially during their stomp attack. The timing is perfect to hit them with it.
Tears them apart. Ooh, spectral wings, distinguished by the circular white symbols on the undersides of their wings. These are located exclusively in the near limb. Distinguished by the white symbols on the undersides of their wings. Yes, they are only in a near limb. Fuck them. There's the Soporific Tail, one of 2 variants in the Stone Coffin Fissure. These are identified by their plumes of purple tail feathers. They've been huffing that good eternal slumber.
When you run into them, Nellie's just playing in the background with the Bad Boys 2 smash hit, Shake Your Tail Feather.
Oh, I was thinking more like...
Here comes the... Y'all don't really want it now.
I was imagining Purple Rain.
It could be Purple Rain. It depends on how cool they are.
I imagine the caverns of the Stone Coffin Fissure just like... Purple Rain. And just like that deep echo of like it's playing in the distance.
Yeah.
It's like in the minds of Moria when Pippin drops the thing down the well, but it's like Purple Rain echoing from like a mile away.
Yeah, anything but Fetty Wap. Have you seen the new...
I don't know what you're talking about sometimes.
There's a new thing going around on Instagram where people are like just playing Fetty Wap on a JBL speaker at inappropriate times. And the first 2 times I saw it, it made me laugh. And I almost made that joke, but I'm not a follower. I create my own memes.
No, thank you. This variant will use a slamming attack where they thrust their soporific tail feathers into the ground, causing high sleep buildup. There is the soporific variant. This is the other one in there. They can be spotted by the purple plumage on the backs of their wings. They will launch in the air, much like the spectral wings variant, but release a sedating purple cloud that causes sleep buildup. What I wouldn't give to have one in my bedroom when I'm tired and I just like, they just open their wings and I just take a deep breath, land right on the pillow.
There is a farm somewhere where that's how they make Ambien.
They're farming them. Someone's squeezing their sacks, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's how Ambien's made.
The mattress that I have is a purple mattress, which I don't know why purple is associated with sleep.
Well, lavender too. Lavender is supposed to help you sleep.
No, I want some lavender.
Yeah, you can spray it on your pillows.
I got some bubble bath that has melatonin in it.
What?
I know. And I'm like, I don't know if it doesn't do anything, but subconsciously it's doing a lot.
Just wait till the first time you fall asleep in the bath for 5 hours.
Well, I don't know, like my legs are asleep. I'm like, fuck.
And you're all soggy.
Fuck. And then the poison tail.
These are the ones I was talking about on when you're going towards the abyssal woods and you take that path where you kind of like jump down the ridge a whole bunch.
This is not on the abyssal woods, though.
Then what am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of the flies.
You're thinking of the man flies.
There's some of these here too, though. Because it's the man flies, it's these guys, and the other guys that I hate that I can never remember the name.
The poison tail variants are on the swamp connecting the Shadow Altus to the Rao base.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking of the poison flies.
The man flies.
The man flies are...
That poison you.
Yeah.
The poison tail features plumes of vermilion green tail feathers with a unique attack where they slam their tails into the ground in a short hop, inflicting poison buildup. Yeah, a lot of Gravebird variants. Now, that's going to be something you'll see with this bestiary. A lot of variants early on, but there's only one putrescent. There's only 2 Radons, as it is.
I do enjoy Elden Ring for this too, because it's smart on their spot to have asset reusage and to create variants out of that to make the gameplay more exciting
and more rich. The fact that Shadow Undead have swords in an ear limb, but the commoners that are out on this, like the fields, have fucking stones.
It helps with the lore.
Yeah.
Plus, Elden Ring does such a good job of giving you so much to work with that when you have a shit ton of variants, it only adds to it. It's not like there's 4 enemies in the game with 9 variants per one, and those are the enemies that you run into. Like, I was playing Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and there's really only like 5 different types of enemies you can ever run into.
Yeah. If there was a Goomba that wielded a knife and spat fire in my face, I would be pumped as a Mario fan.
I guess we know what's going to launch on the Switch too.
Elden Ring 1. Maybe. Eventually.
Next up, we have the Scorpion babies. Scorpion babies.
Scorpion babies.
Which is not a...
they're not just scorpions, they're spider scorpions. Despite the fact that they are just scorpions, they're called spider scorpions.
I typed this in onto Spotify, and I knew I was going to get Rock Me Like a Hurricane as like the first thing that popped up. I did find a cool band name that is not really related, but it made me laugh. It's called Spider God. And it's all one word, Spider, G-A-W-D.
Oh, it's G-A-W-D. That's why you went God.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but I hit follow, and they're verified. So they must have some music. But I'm going to check them out later.
Okay. The little spider babies, though.
Spider scorpion babies. One of the most terrifying enemies you can possibly run into.
Not the babies, though.
Both of them, yeah.
No, the babies are cute.
They're cute, but scary. I don't like spiders.
But they're scorpions.
I know, but they're kind of spiders.
They are kind of spiders, but...
They squat They're arachnids equipped with a pair of claws and a stinger. Likely the weakest enemy you will counter in the realms of Shadow.
Unless you find one under your bed, then you will scream like a little girl.
Then you got to break your lease. You got to burn the house down. You got to move.
Not that there's anything wrong screaming like a little girl.
It'd just be really cool if you just told people I didn't do that.
You'll squeal like a child.
But not from excitement or glee.
No.
Then you got the spider scorpions. All right.
These are scary.
These bad boys, the larger spider scorpions, are said to trace back to the Church of the Bud.
If you know what I'm talking
But
about.
not the good kind of bud.
Sipping on gin and juice. Sorry, Snoop Dogg's canceled.
Yeah, he comes up so often in our podcast, too.
Yeah, it's because we talk about marijuana sometimes.
Yeah, quite
And
frequently.
he's the de facto.
We got a placeholder Seth Rogen in there.
We're going back to Doug Benson, dude.
There we go.
How you been, Doug? You got high one time. I watched a movie about it. That's all I know about you.
Regular spider scorpions are susceptible to strike damage that crushes their
Carapace.
Carapace. Thank you for getting on top of that.
You can crush their carapace.
Which is the thorax portion of an arachnid. It would be the torso, I believe.
Very good.
All right. The fire damage that burns their flesh, Taker's Flame. Chef's kiss for this. They're big. It's easy to hit.
Yeah.
They look terrifying.
So you got to punch them in their carapace and then set them on fire.
Yep, which is how you deal with
90% of the problems in your life.
Yeah, most bugs.
Yeah.
When they're dead, do I light them on fire? I need to know they're gone.
Ooh, you're
Gotta
scary,
know.
dude.
All large scorpions also feature some sort of venom, and some are capable of launching it as a projectile because, you know what, why not? I'm sure in Australia, you guys have these as pets or something, that they're no big deal. You run into them all the time.
You buy bags of them in the grocery store and you eat them.
Yeah, I don't know what grocery stores you got over there, and like you're on Bondi Beach having a good time, and you go into a festival.
You at least at Bondi Beach. I forget the names of the stores I used to go to over there.
Oh, dude, Bondi's the best.
Their McDonald's are called Meccas.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Bondi Beach?
I've been to it.
There's a show about lifeguards.
I did the Coogee walk to Bondi Beach or something like that. It was great.
I saw Taylor in an episode of Bondi Beach.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Me and Justin, our minds blew.
Wow.
All right, large. They're large. They're big.
There's larger variants. There's some very big ones.
Some of the bigger ones can be found in the raw ruins and can curl into balls and spin forward at a high speed. Like I said, it's just like you designed one of the most terrifying looking enemies. They're not particularly hard, but they're scary.
The large ones, there is the I shit my pants factor, which I could handle them, but I shit my pants. And all of a sudden I forgot how to not be a human being without having shit my pants. I can't think with a diaper full of poo-poo.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, where's my sword? How do I use this?
This episode's brought to you by Depends.
What's my name?
There's one of these spider scorpions really close to the beginning of the Shadow of the Erd tree, and you go into...
This is in Ballarat.
Is it in Ballarat where it's like hanging?
Yep.
And you can miss it and walk underneath it and it drops on you?
I think this is, because in Ballarat there's a bunch of them right at the beginning.
Scared the shit out of me. So they fly now.
Oh, no.
Oh, they fly now because you can have the winged spider scorpion. They can hover in the air and use their tails to shoot poison projectiles and swipe at stupid little tarnish.
Stupid little tarnish.
Put these foolish ambitions to rest.
Yeah, how dare they fly?
Extremely passive and will fly away to maintain space. Hate that if you're a magic user.
But also, if you don't want them to touch you, that's good.
I don't want them to touch me ever, but I have to, with my build, I have to get up close and personal.
Yeah.
Because I don't do magic no more.
I don't do that no more.
Unless Taker's Flame is kind
Unless
of
I
magic.
get scared.
I do get scared. And I miss the poisoned ones.
The poison.
The slightly smaller adult spider scorpions that feature red carapaces.
Yeah.
And tails prefer to keep their distance and use poisonous projectiles. This poison status ailment is more akin to scarlet rot than the usual poison.
Because they just do that sometimes.
Flame Cleanse Me is just going to be my crutch for the majority of everything that I run into. Poison was never worried me. No, I gave it no never mind.
I don't give no never mind.
I think that my least favorite ones out of these are the flying ones because I need you to be on the ground to hit you with Taker's Flame.
I don't like the flying ones. I also abhor the giant ones. But you don't see a lot of those, luckily. No. Our next friend, number 9 on the Shadow of the Erd Tree Bestiary, we got the Mesmer Foot Soldier. Warriors under the employ of Mesmer, soldiers forced to wage a war without grace or honor. These sad sacks are, they're the bottom of the food chain here. There is the lesser foot soldier variant. They are poorly equipped and weaker, and they're there to die. Those located near the Shadow Keep can rarely drop furnace visages, which, if you might need some.
I did not know that they drop those.
Rarely.
Yeah, it's got to be really rare.
Yeah. They do.
Damn.
Yes, there is the Mesmer Soldier, number 10. There's 2 variants. There's the axe. The most common type of soldier uses an axe in one hand and either a shield or torch in their offhand. In ranged engagements, some will utilize a crossbow or a fire pot. Capable of using a roar for a damage buff, these aggressive bastards. There's something cool about an axe. There's something cool about an axe and a shield and a person yelling at you. It's very Highland. I do appreciate that. They throw fire pots because Mesmer use fear to fucking terrify people, which it works. And then there's the spear variant, can swing back and forth between wide horizontal sweeps or thrusting attacks. These are going to be the common soldiers you find in various Mesmer forts and locations. None of them are that tough. If you take for granted the regular soldiers, you might get smacked in the face. I made sure you got this next one.
I was going to say, anybody who's listened to this podcast for any amount of time knows my love for the jar people.
We love all of them.
I used to be Alexander.
Back in the day.
You
were Bach for a while.
I know. That was panicking, and I didn't know who to pick, but I definitely give off more Alexandrian energy than little vegetable energy.
I think when you started, though, maybe you were kind of Bach. You were a little shy, a little timid. You weren't sure.
It was a good pick, but I definitely grew into an Alexander.
Yeah.
But I love the jar people.
Yeah.
So
there's the Jar Society, the Jar Society.
I got the game, started playing it, and the first thing that you said was to go to a place, one of the jails.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah. I was very excited for you to turn that corner.
And when I walked in, I saw a jar dweller. And at first I was like, oh, this is cool. I get to fight more jars.
You were like, boy, cool. Howdy, I'm excited about this one.
I know you guys. You guys are formidable enemies, and I will kill you with honor.
These are my friends.
Yeah, look at all my friends.
And then it like screams and sprints at you.
Then all of a sudden, I'm coming down a hallway, and this mucky, goopy, gross, grotesque,
moist
amalgamath of flesh climbs out of a jar.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about jar dwellers.
Like an exposed brain.
It's gross. It's like if you take like a deep sea fish from the bottom of the ocean and put it on land and see what gravity does to it.
I don't like it.
It's not good.
We don't like it.
It's gross. The grotesque inner workings of living jars, shamans melded together most harmoniously in a jar. So you find out that these people were sacrificed and forced into jars. We covered this in...
For fuck's sake, get the goddamn jar! You belong in the jar! Come on!
This is your place!
Come on! You're gonna be a saint!
It'll be so good.
I'll put you into prison again if you don't get in that goddamn jar.
So not only are they one of the most grotesque looking enemies in the game, they're frightening, but on top of it, when you learn the lore implications of why they're in the jar, it's even sadder.
You like them even less.
Not scary or horrifying at all, though, because you're a big boy and you can play this game, or you're a big girl, you can play this game. You're an adult person.
We're not scared.
You're not scared. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that. Located in either the Shadow Keep or in some of the jails, sometimes hidden as regular jars, because that's fun.
Tricky.
That's fun. Like to scare the shit out of you.
Hide and seek is a fun game, though.
Not when it's jar dwellers that are chasing you.
I'm saying hide and seek is a fun game.
And I've said it 1,000 times. If they ever did like a Netflix series where you just did like little one-off episodes of people like in the lands between or in the Shadow Realm, this would be a great episode of a Tarnished discovering a jail full of jar dwellers.
Out of Netflix series, the World Championship of Hide and Seek, and this many contestants. And the first one, it's like, all right, Fenway Stadium. The whole stadium's open for 50 people. Who will be, or something like that. You know, big locations.
You know they have this.
What is it?
I've seen it on YouTube before. There's a big one that happens every year, and people are allowed to like make.
I've seen that
props and stuff.
No, I want a shitty Netflix show with like a washed up old actor who's.
It's just going to be Mr. Beast. It'll just be Mr. Beast doing it.
Go to the next one. Now I'm mad.
Yeah, me too.
Keep talking.
Why did
about
he have to
jars.
be at the All-Star game?
Shut the fuck up. Keep talking about jars.
I hate Mr. Beast.
You brought him up.
I know, but he's everywhere. From a distance, they have 2 ranged attacks. first has them reaching over their right shoulders into their back with both hands before they throw a clump of blood forward. Gross. You're going to need to take a shower after that one.
Is grabbing a lump of your own flesh and tossing it at someone.
It's like worse than pocket sand. It's back blood.
Pocket back flesh.
Pocket bacteria.
Yeah. Pocket bacteria.
They throw a clump of blood forward at you. The second is started by shaking their entire body, which then shoots out 4 blood projectiles in an arc. Also, not great.
That's very the thing, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
They have my least favorite attack by them, which is the grab attack, which reminds me of Half-Life, those little fucking suckers that would stick on the ceiling and like with their tongue reach down and grab you and pull you up.
Love it.
Oh, made me so sick as a kid. I think I dry heaved the first time it happened to me.
Yeah, I don't like the grab attack from the jars.
The grab attack, they use a large tendril with arms that shoots out and pulls you in. It's got impressive range.
I will say, it doesn't make sense. The fact that their flesh can like... Who
knows what happens in those jars, man?
We do. We saw.
But
they cut up people. They dump Elmer's school glue in the center, and all of a sudden they start talking.
But we don't know the physiological changes that happen to a person when they are melted into a jar innard.
They get stronger. That's what Alexander told me.
They do.
Yeah.
The jar people that live in me are just drowning in High Life 90% of the time in Jack's Pizza.
You're a little squishier than many jars.
I am a little.
Yeah.
It's got impressive range. It does significant damage. It's not a terribly difficult move to dodge, though.
No.
You can see this one coming, and you get a little bit extra time with it being a ranged attack. You can see it coming. So as long as you got your finger over the circle button, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Making rapid attack inputs will result in you being let go quicker. Don't get sucked in. It's not a good time for anybody involved.
That's something that a lot of grab attacks in Elden Ring people don't know about. That if you are grabbed, spamming attack and different buttons,
even with a rune bear,
every enemy that has a grab has a threshold. Some of the ones that are like fucking rune bears, the threshold is impossible. There is a threshold that is unhuman to get to.
I did not know that.
You have to like be hacking the game, but there is a way to get out of them early.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I did not know you could break free of that. I just sat there and took my lumps.
If a lesser enemy grabs you, it's worth spamming.
There's a large variant, a much more massive variant that cannot be backstabbed.
No, they know if you're trying to betray them.
I come right in the front door. I'm hitting you with Taker's Flame.
You can't get behind the Kool-Aid Man. He's already in front of you as he jumped through the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aspected? That's a variant?
Aspected, yeah. The aspected.
I did not know that was even a thing.
Yeah.
I know which ones we're talking about, but I didn't know they were called that.
Oof.
Distinguished by the pustules on their bodies resembling a face or a mask-like appearance, these blobby monsters can inflict madness and can do a running dive attack like sliding into home plate.
Cute.
They're going to take you out.
Yeah, and they're going to...
Don't be in the way.
And then they can kiss you while they do it.
Gross.
Don't go in for the first kiss with them. And they do inflict madness. You just look at their face and you're like, I think I'm insane now.
I might be.
I think I'm losing it.
The first time I saw one, the use of eyeballs and faces is usually something that lives in death. So I was like, well, you definitely are like, are you dying?
Yeah, it's like when the basilisk, you think you see those big eyes, but they have tiny little eyes like a little whale.
Yeah. You got the hermit variant, rare variant, that has a large jar stuck upside down on their bodies.
Love it.
Cannot access their projectiles because they have a jar on top of them.
Very funny.
I always thought that maybe...
It's a great party trick.
I always thought maybe that these were made because Let Me Solo Her wore a jar on his head and he was naked from the head down.
They ripped him off.
I think it was a little homage.
Wow. It's canon now.
Also, just quick little fun fact I learned.
He's in Kingdom Come Deliverance too?
Yeah, you can find Let Me Solo Her's body.
I can't not say it like it's Come Deliverance. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Just sold 2 million copies in like 10 days.
It's a lot of Come Delivered.
I'm excited to play it.
A lot of Come Delivered.
Their running dive impacts you. Their jar will break, which not the worst thing, but you are going to take some damage.
Yeah.
But at least they got that awful jar off their head and they can see you now. They have eyes, right? Sure.
Wide shut. We were talking about these little fellas a little bit ago, the man flies.
Don't like them.
Yes, they are not, in fact, fly. Like cool. They're actually like little...
Like for a white guy?
They're like little diseased monsters.
Not a good time.
Yeah, they're filthy winged Jeff Goldblums.
The people at From Software were... What is the saying? Fuck, from Jurassic Park. They were so busy, preoccupied with...
Faster. Let's go faster.
If they could. They never thought if they should. Something like that.
There it is.
There it is.
Often appear in groups. They crawl on all four legs or hover slightly above the ground. They can only attack while on the ground, though. So if they're flying, they ain't attacking.
Manfly is on Spotify.
Manfly?
Manfly is not a metal band on Spotify. They have no popular releases, 0 monthly listeners, and they appear on Three Step Afro House Life and Agent of Time.
Big fan of Agent of Time. That was a dope album.
It's not even an album, I think. I think it might be a playlist.
I might be not sure then. There is the regular Manfly. That's the one we just mentioned. They have one significant grab attack, which is telegraphed by the Manfly squatting down more than usual and staying still. That means they're about to grab you. And then there's the Spitter. Prioritize killing these variants as a ranged Manfly. They remain mostly stationary. They bombard you with corrosive golden liquid from afar.
Don't like these guys at all.
That's a golden shower, my dude. That's a golden shower you just got there, buddy. The area this lands on also causes damage, and it smells like urine.
Gross all the way around.
And they have no other attacks other than they fucking they boop, right from a distance. So, Manflies, I don't like them. They're not hard to fight. They're just gross, and I hate them.
When you're fighting another enemy and they are nearby, especially the Spitters, the poison is a pain in the ass to deal with. And they got pretty good range, and you're usually fighting something bigger that needs your attention that will kill you much faster. And then these little fuckers are behind you, poisoning you up, just making it easier for Big Dog to take you down.
No thanks.
Next up, we have Bloodfiend with their 2023 album Soldiers of Annihilation and their 2020 album Creatures of the Catacomb, plus their main song is Graveyard Fog.
How many?
They have 95 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Their popular song, Graveyard Fog, is explicit. It makes me excited to listen to it. There's no information on them. It just, when you hit their bio, it just has 95 monthly listeners. So there you go. First actual metal band, and it's look at the album art. It is metal band.
Okay, it's very metal.
Very metal.
Bloodfiends.
Long ago, a subjugated tribe discovered a twisted deity amongst the ravages of war, and they were transformed into the Bloodfiends, who...
My hands just turned into fucking horns. I didn't even try and do that, dude.
Yeah, you're doing like the Ronnie James Dio right now.
It just happened, dude.
They are one of my favorite looking enemies because they are scary looking.
They have the little rat faces.
They are scary. The Mother of Truth was their savior. Sometimes they spill their own blood in devotion. That's so fucking heavy metal.
Or emo.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me think of like Slayer. That
And
kid
I would die for you, my love.
That's emo as hell. Yeah. I'll give you that one.
I wrote that song.
Just now.
No, I did before. It's called Bleed My Blood. Bleed My Own Blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I was in a band called what was it, like Brad and the Chads? I'm like, no. Addie and the Brads. Yep, there's 2 Brads and an Addie.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
I'm not. We had Die For You, My Love, Like a Tractor, which was a country song about how he loves everything like their tractors. And then it was about he had like 10 brothers named Dale or something. Sorry, not related.
The Formless Mother desires a wound, and the Bloodfiends use their sacred spears for these rituals. Some of their features and item drops, particularly string, which is useful for roped pots that your boy uses quite a bit.
Nice.
Suggests that they might have originally been demi-humans, but have since been transformed. I can see they look like grown-up demi-humans or like amalgamated.
Yeah.
That's a word. Demi-humans.
Yeah. They're demi-humans that took a lot of roids. They're on that Brock Lesnar diet.
HGH and what is he? And he likes Bud Light.
And beating women.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
He's a horrible guy. Yeah, he treated Sable like shit.
Yeah, he got super canceled, though, with the Vince McMahon documentary. They erased him.
Yeah, good.
And the UFC doesn't talk about him anymore either.
He's from
that's
South
how you know it's
Dakota.
bad. Is he really?
Great, we got another loser.
Dude, at least you're not Ohio.
Now all we got is January Jones and Tom Brokaw.
2% of them drop sacred bloody flesh. It's flesh that never dries and never rots, boosts attack power. You're going to like that.
I like that.
Regular variants, whenever blood loss occurs in their vicinity, they receive a damage buff. Not cool, but being
They get hot and bothered, and you see some blood and like, oh.
and being related or associated with the Formless Mother, you know there's going to be blood loss in the area.
Yep.
33% chance of blood loss
Blood
in
is
your
in
area.
the air everywhere I look around.
The arm variant using a fallen Bloodfiend's arm as a weapon.
Dude, if you died, I would rip your arm off and beat someone else to death with it.
That's all I would. That's at the top of my list.
That's very Evil Dead.
Yeah, it is. And this is a weapon. Is this the weapon that you can pick up that's super OP right
It's
now?
very, very powerful.
This is
It's
the one,
super
right?
infusible, yeah.
Can punish you if you underestimate them. Anything that rips off their arm and uses it as a weapon,
Just take another step.
take a step back.
Take a step back. Think about it a little bit.
The fork variant uses a spear. Apart from thrusting, they are the easiest variant because they just got a spear. These are the ones that are not psyched enough to use their arm.
Yeah.
They'll get there, though, maybe one day.
Someday.
You have the Hexer, a long-ranged caster, exceedingly rare and dangerous. They use variations of Blood Boon Ritual, and Blood Flame Talons.
Yeah, they're the ones that are leading the congregations. If you see a bunch of blood fiends worshiping, one cave has like a big church ceremony going on, and they're the one up front leading.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking in tongues, and I don't know what church is like anymore.
They have a sermon. And they relate everything to a book that was written thousands of years ago.
The closest I've
Much like Jebediah didn't kill his son, we shouldn't kill ours.
the closest I get to church nowadays is the Righteous Gemstones.
And yeah, we just finished the quarry, and the whole time I'm like, that's that little gemstone boy.
That is that little gemstone boy. You have the sleep-inducing purple blood fiends. The ones found in the stone fissure coffin can not only inflict sleep status, but receive a buff once sleep is procced, akin to the Saint Trina's smile talisman.
Yeah, they're sleepy boys. I wish I just had a gang that was just like, we love sleep. We're like, well, fuck, yeah, let's get some good sleep tonight, bros.
Did you get your 8 hours?
Get some more. Here. And then they spit purple at you, and you're like,
Go to sleep.
go to sleep now.
You got bags under your eyes.
Good night.
If you're gonna roll with the sleepy boys, you need to be tip top. You got a good mattress?
See, but we're already too much energy. We'll be like, hey, guys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's true.
I'm pretty tired.
You got the large variant, which are colossal foes. They
boys.
cannot be backstabbed, can jump up and cause shockwaves with their massive weight. 2 unique attacks. First is spitting blood while chasing you, and the second is a version of Blood Flame Talons with a much wider arc. Doesn't sound great. Anything that can jump and close the distance on me, I learned to love, though, because of Taker's Flame, baby.
Yeah, real sons of bitches.
The boss variant is Chief Blood Fiend. Identical to large variants,
That's it.
and that is...
They just get a health bar about it.
They just get a health bar about it.
Just get a health bar about it. We got ourselves a new demi-human in the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC. We got the demi-human Swordmaster. Love this little fucker. The demi-humans were always a little underwhelming in the main game. They're fine. They're in herds, but I dreamed bigger for them. I wanted something better. And the demi-human Swordmaster is like, what if a demi-human studied the katana for their entire life and wanted to learn about the stars? I'm like, that's my dude.
Sign me up.
And then that happened. The demi-human Swordmaster, in a bygone era, they were bequeathed star-lined swords by their queens. The royal blades were encrusted with shards of crude glintstone, symbolizing the procession of the stars. Each swordsman swore an oath to unveil the secret that awaited at the end of the line of stars. One protects Queen Mariga, which I'm just wondering, I'm like, is that like their version of Queen Marica? Like they just had their own, like, we have Queen Mariga. Could be on the Cerulean coast. And the other wanders the southern lake at Charo's hidden grave. They deal high amounts of physical and magic damage with each attack. They do both. Nearly all attacks will inflict frostbite buildup. No ranged attacks, but a fuck ton of mobility. and they can be stunned relatively easy if you manage to hit them. If
That's the big if.
they jump around, they're like Yoda on Attack of the Clones. Not the good Yoda, but that one.
Hard to hit the little fucker.
And then there is the boss variant Anza. Their royal blades were encrusted with... Oh, I already did that one. 2 unique attacks for Anza. Line of Stars consists of imbued sword magic and downward slams. The other is a Tempest Slash, where he imbues his sword with frost and unleashes a series of rapid slashes. I did fight a demi-human swordmaster in the Night Rain network test.
That's fun.
Yep.
I do like Anza.
Yeah.
Anza's really cool.
Yep.
Super fun little mini boss fight with him jumping all around the walls and shit and making him hard to hit.
Big fan.
Liked it. Plus, that's where I found the Jar Dwellers for the first time.
Little cutie patooties.
Yeah, platforming down there was just terrifying.
You missed our last episode. I was going to make a joke you wouldn't get on Raw Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Shigeru Miyamoto wanted to call platform games athletic games before he invented Mario Brothers.
Athletic games?
Yep. Because you run and jump.
And then Madden came out and he was like, fuck.
Tough action to action.
Put a little too much mustard on that one.
Yep. This is a turducken. I'm turning into fucking Harry Carey.
Sounds like you got marbles in your mouth. Next up, we got the Catacomb Conjurer.
Yeah.
Dark sorcerers associated with those who live in death. These wizened old men still bear decaying skin from which mushrooms have begun to sprout. They maintain a rigid posture, wielding a dagger in their right hand and a staff in their left, while concealing a desiccated infant within their tattered blue robes.
Dude.
That's the grossest Amber Alert I've ever heard.
Dude, that was so gross. Concealing a desiccated infant within their tattered robes.
Gross. That's like, why are you carrying that around, man?
You just got on a list somewhere, dude.
For real.
Concealing a desiccated infant. I just had to say it one last time. I'm sorry.
Located in catacombs.
No way.
That's where you're going to find them.
Yeah. Do they conjure?
Oh, yeah, because being spellcasters, they are quite frail when you get up close, but at a distance, they're going to fuck your day up.
Yeah, this is the kind of enemy that has 3 teeth.
Yeah.
Down.
Get over here so I can hit you with my magic. Possesses different spells. Turret fires crystals that release smaller, faster projectiles. Don't like that one.
The chain reaction.
Oh, man,
they keep getting... Yeah, that one will fuck you up.
Yeah, because if it hits you just right, you get hit 1,000 times in a row real fast.
It's not my least favorite of them. I don't like any of them, though.
Mortar uses a spell that crashes a large mortar into the ground. They summon a curse mark of death at your feet.
Not a big fan of that one, but the worst of all
is the barrage. Unleash a rapid-firing barrage of crystals, 10 shotguns to your face. Crystals will bounce up to 2 times. This is the worst.
They're waiting around a corner. It's a fucking camper. He's been waiting all day.
He's been waiting years.
And instant kill.
One thing I noticed that you didn't have in here is, are these the same guys as the guys that point you to the catacombs?
No.
Because they kind of look the same if this guy's standing up straight. Because you know how his back is all hunched, like the guys that light up the little light
Did
to
that
show you.
show up on Google Images when you looked it up?
I did. And then I found a Reddit post.
No, I forget his name. It's not Horus. It's that guy has a name. That's the statue that points us to catacombs. They could be related. I could be wrong. I don't know. Another wonderful enemy, number 16. We got the spirit eel. Generally passive, peaceful creatures, content to sway in the breeze while emitting a soft high hum. They're fucking having a good day. They're
chilling.
They're vibing. They're just chill little eel boys.
Listening to EDM and doing Molly.
This is the kind of, I want a solar-powered little tchotchke you get from Chinatown. It's just a spirit eel that, like, when there's sun on it, just goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or one that you put in your car up front. I'm not one of those car guys.
Instead of, like, the hula dancer,
yeah,
you get one of these guys.
Yep. It's just a little, now you're talking.
We should have merchandise.
Blue eels are passive. If it's a red eel, it's an Angie boy. Attacking a blue one turns it red. Who'd have thought?
What? It pisses it off?
And they have little legs underground. You'll never see them because you can't see underground, but they have tiny little legs, which is very cute. They attack by slamming their heads, flailing their bodies around, or extending a tentacle from their face.
It's just a giraffe.
That is, I saw these guys on Wild Boys. No,
like Chris Pontius?
Yes. where there's like this undersea enemy and they like jerked it off and then it shoots out like
they're sea
tentacles.
cucumbers.
Sea cucumbers.
I saw that episode.
There's the explosive one. This variant always points straight up and has red heads, emits a pulsating hum, and rapidly expands at the tip. A detonation will...
That's what you said.
A detonation will deal high damage. Running away stops the explosion. And then there's the buried spear deal. They behave like others, but they remain fully underground with just the tip exposed until approached. These all sound like a sexual predator.
Next up, we got the lamprey.
These fuckers.
Bizarre humanoid creatures found wherever giant fingers are sold. My belief is that these were students of finger weaving and desired to become fingers themselves.
I wish I was a finger.
The regular ones are proficient spellcasters with incredibly long range. Upon seeing you, they begin casting glintstone projectiles or large purple projectiles that will bind you in place if they connect. This is the same magic used by the finger creepers. If paralyzed, they will rush and grab you. Always terrifying. 10 out of 10. Would not recommend.
It's not even worth fighting these guys. I only run past them, and I never will take the time to kill one.
I think because I've always ran past them, when I do choose to fight them, I don't know their attack patterns very well, and I just get my shit pushed in every single time.
I just know that they fuck me up from a range, and I don't want to deal with it.
The white ones are pale-skinned variants in the finger ruins of Deo. Same moveset as the regular lampreys, but they can also create a toxic chemical inside their mouths, which they will vomit onto their prey, which is a lot like G.G. Allen.
Oh my God, that's a reference.
There you go.
G.G. fucking Allen. The old lampreys. Yeah, I avoid these guys like the plague. Something I'd rather be around is the putrid flesh. Bruise-colored putrescence that oozes from stone coffins congealed into a large viscous lump. Material used for crafting items found underground in the land to where stone coffins drift. The putrescence is what remains of the impure lives kept within the stone coffins. This is just goopy old black flesh that has congealed into a blob that is angry sometimes.
Or it is the new single by the band Bastard Machine that came out February 13th of this year.
Whatever, you bastard machines.
It's a exactly 5-minute song, and it looks like it's a very metal album cover with a pig head on it.
Okay. Wow, a metal band with a pig head.
So original.
Daring, are we? Ooh, you're a real trendsetter. The Molten Tier is the cute little pets of the Golem Smiths. They are we are monsters for killing them, and we should feel bad.
Every time you say that, I don't believe it, though.
When you see a golem, there's one. You can see a golem petting the little like Molten Tier, like a little doggy.
We talked about this.
And then I really felt like a bad person. They're amorphous, fiery blobs, not dissimilar to silver tears. The regular ones will latch onto ceilings and ambush you. They will attack with flaming spears that emerge from their blob. No ranged attacks and lack of defenses. If you get the jump on them, you can get them pretty quick. There is the spike variant, identical to the others with a deadly difference. Can launch a ranged, high-speed lava javelin.
Lava javelin is a cool word.
I agree.
I like that. Well, since we talked about them, we might as well talk about the Golem Smiths.
Golem Smiths.
Golem Smiths are hulking, rocky constructs that inhabit the ruined forges in the realm of Shadow. Highly durable, except for a small red stone on their tramp stamp, or as we call them in the Midwest, a Detroit license plate.
A Detroit license plate? I have heard that.
Thank you, Eminem.
Did he?
Eminem says it in a song. I think it's trashy in all the best ways.
Right, and the Detroit license plate.
Yes, so that's a good one. Use that if you would like.
Sure.
Use strike or magic attacks against them. Using crystal darts causes them to attack each other. That's a cool piece of information that I didn't know until 2 seconds ago.
Yes, it is very useful.
Entirely immune to status ailments, and they're extremely slow. But don't let that fool you. If they get up on you, they're going to fuck your day up.
Michael Myers is slow.
And he's always there.
Very successful.
He's super successful.
Very successful man.
They got a makeshift club. The regular Smith script fist will fist the fuck out of you from across the room. Good notes, Brad. Good notes.
Thank you.
Distinguished by the brown textures over their fists, 3% drop rate to acquire the fist.
Those suck. To get, it's very tough, and they're not even really worth it, but I want them because they're little sock 'em boppers.
And you're going to need it.
I want a sock 'em
Yeah,
bopper.
you need it for your collection.
They're more fun than a pillow fight.
Oh, I forgot about that commercial until now.
Sock 'em bopper, sock 'em. More fun than a pillow fight. Blow 'em up, put your hands inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
Dude.
It's like a South Park skit.
Me and my brothers had these big boxing gloves that had like pillows in the fists. And at first, I could full on punch Brett in the face and it did not hurt him very much.
And then
you use them a couple times and the pillows deteriorate. And then me and my brothers were just fist fighting for fun. And then you catch an actual knuckle to the eye. And it's like, I'm not having fun anymore, but now I'm pissed off and I'm going to hurt you.
I ain't having fun anymore.
Yeah, my dad bought me gifts one year for Christmas that just turned into blood sport within 2 weeks. They were fun at first. Then you got the great pots, golems that carry large pots filled with lava.
Here he is making a nice borscht, and some asshole came and killed his cat.
It's just Diablo sauce from Taco Bell that he throws at you.
I don't want that, dude.
You get it in your eyes, it burns like a bitch.
Yeah. I'll take the chrome off a trailer hitch.
I never heard that. That's good. I'm going to use that. That's got a lot of legs to it. I could use that in a lot of different ways.
I think I got it from basketball.
You take the chrome off a trailer hitch.
Our next enemy, we have the Sentry Stone. Aggressive and relentless Sentry Stones found exclusively in the Stone Coffin Fissures. We saw these little baby boys in the main game, but they got a little angry. The beam attack is laser quick, extremely dangerous. The boomerang variants do exist and will annoy you almost as much as the beam variants. Back to you, Tyler.
We got the Lion Imp. Small stone golems.
Don't trust him.
No, don't.
He's lying.
He is lying.
He's lying.
Lion imps are small stone golems commonly found in catacombs, most likely the same creators as other golems in the game. This lion imp head helm that you can get from a drop increases vigor by +2, which is not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Mostly susceptible to strike damage, completely immune to status ailments. Crystal darts make them go haywire, and I'm just learning that I should use crystal darts more often because I probably have a fucking million of them.
Any stone construct, just bring him and toss a few.
Did not know that.
Worth it. But if you toss too many, then it'll reset, so don't.
The greatsword variant, acrobatic, will bounce on their swords. Hate it. It's like a little pogo stick fucker.
Yep.
Which would be cute if he wasn't terrifying. Hitting them makes them bounce and causes them to flop on the ground so you can get some good damage in there.
Comical.
They do, the first time you see them, have a very weird move set. Not move set in terms of like striking abilities, but their movement is a little unpredictable because of the pogo nature.
Yeah, even if it's consistent pogoing, I'm still like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Margit is holding his spear up and he just like hesitates the whole time. It's the same thing for me because I never know when to dodge.
No, but it's not like that because the pogo stick is consistent, but it's still just fucking, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to this guy.
The greatsword one is the one that flops around on his pogo stick. Yeah, once you knock him down, you can get some more damage in there. Then you have the hatchet ones. The hatchet spits flames at its attacker with way too much distance to be even feasible.
Don't even like it.
I feel like I was out of range and I still got my ass burned.
I don't even like it.
2% chance to drop the forked tongue hatchet, which, if I recall correctly, is a very good bleed weapon.
Yeah. Never going to use it. It's pretty low on the list of armaments when we'll talk about it.
I just picked one up as my Wretch build.
It's a rare drop, but fuck it.
Then you got the Dragon Imp. The spirit of this old imp, said to be fashioned after a dragon, has a big mouth that serves as a cannon and allows it to fire shells from the rear of the battlefield. This is my favorite imp variant, but one of my least favorites to fight because they do have incredible range.
I love it. I love the imps.
They look so cool,
The
though.
dragon imp is amazing.
And when you find out, we'll get to them in a second. Only imp that doesn't have its head as an obtainable item, which is sad because if I had a giant cannon, that would be pretty cool.
I would love that. What they should have had is a weapon, like one of the 3 ballista weapons.
As like
where
one of their heads.
you could hold it and shoot it.
That would be cool.
That's a major oversight.
They don't wield weapons. Instead, they have oversized cannon mouths. I think they look hilarious. They're very cute little boys who will fuck your day up.
3 size variants.
Yes. You have the regular, which
Yep.
are going to be the same size as any of the other imps that you run into in any of these catacombs. And then there's the large one, which you're like, okay, we got a bigger boat here.
He's pretty big.
He's pretty big. Surely he's the biggest of the family.
And he's not the biggest, and don't call me Shirley.
Yes, because then you find the colossal one, which made me laugh so fucking hard when I found him. He is gigantic. He takes up like an entire room.
I love it.
It is so
It's
good.
stupid.
Yeah, and they put I think they put a drop at the end of a hallway, and you see him, and he doesn't really do anything at first. So you're like, all right, I'm probably gonna just get blown up here.
And then you see like the fire building up inside of it.
And then you gotta run.
Yeah. It's like in Three Ninjas Kick Back when Colt is looking at the baseball and he sees it getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly that.
It's a lot like Three Ninjas, dude.
It is a lot.
I think about that a lot. We should watch Three Ninjas for Popcorn Dogs.
Popcorn dogs, there we go.
Yeah. All right, number 24, we have the Black Knight, which is a not terrible
Martin Lawrence vehicle.
Martin Lawrence vehicle. An order of knights who are devoted servants to Mesmer the Impaler, and they operate as scouts on horseback. They were created under the command of their first leader, Black Knight Commander Andreas. They seem to emit a rotten odor from their gauntlets and greaves. The cause may be from the tainted nature of the blood that stains their armor, or it may be that they have blackened souls which fester as a result of the endless slaughter. When Andreas, in second in command, rebelled against Mesmer, after learning of his serpentine nature, they were imprisoned. The general variant of the Black Knight, very weak against lightning damage and somewhat weak to piercing damage. There is the Great Hammer Shield variant. Generally slower, powerful sweeps and slams, unique guard counter that slams the hammer down and causes a holy explosion. On horseback, they can also do a variation of the holy AoE attack. The Twin Blade variant, some will also wield great bows.
Much harder than the previous variant. I don't like the Twin Blade one.
No.
They're faster, and it makes me angry.
No, I don't like this either. Two boss variants. We have Black Knight Garou in the Fog Rift Fort. He has that crucible tongue, and he will try to pull you in with it.
Watch out.
Yeah, he does that thing with it. Then there's the variant, the Black Knight Edred in the Fort of Reprimand. He also has access to the aspect of the crucible wings. He will follow you around the fort, which is pretty fun. He comes all around the fort.
He's just looking
you.
for you.
Come here, I'm going to get you. And the last enemy for today.
Well, you did forget one thing with the Black Knight, though, that I think is very important.
He was transported out of the hood into medieval times.
Yes, but on top of that, formed in 1982, Black Knight has been a driving force in the Dutch metal scene for over 40 years after releasing 2 demos in the 80s and the early 90s. The band's long-awaited first full-length album was released in 1998 on Aeon Records titled Tales from the Dark Side.
I didn't know that. It's also an amazing pinball machine.
In the wake of the album's release, Black Knight went on tour, including shows in Benelux, Germany, and Bulgaria. And then their second album was released in 2007, and that's a long time between albums. But they have 88 monthly listeners.
Good for you. And our final enemy of the day, the Black Knight horse. It's a fucking horse. Don't kill it, you monster. It's a fucking horse, dude. It's a fucking horse, man. Leave it alone.
Yeah, how dare you?
What's your problem? And that's going to be all the time we have for our Bestiary episode today. Don't worry, we have 50 more enemies to discuss on the next episode or two. If you enjoyed this episode, you have great taste and you should feel good about it. If you want access to more episodes early, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/hairofthedogcast. They have access to all of the content. There's probably a lot by the time this episode comes out, but check it out for immediate access to more episodes. Special thanks to executive producers Rykard Kristinik, Malekith the Blackblade, Blackguard Big Brian Ward, Jordan Hoslow, Sorceress of Blood, Festering Fingerprint Phil Wright, Iron Fist, Red Bear, Phil Just, Tyler, thank you, Red Bear.
Something like that.
Bell-Bearing Hunter, Bryant Ross, Crucible Knight Kelly Gutowski, Justin Mellismer the Impaler, Chaos Knight Horus, D-Man, the Azula Beastman, and of course, Lady Freya.
You will.
Thank you for your support. We'll be back for more Bestiary and then armaments and spirit ashes and items and incantations and spells and fucking another game. Thank you for listening.